Yeah, we about to go live.
That's all right. As long as you ain't slow down.
Act like you got them skate. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live.
See, what's up, everybody? Hey, welcome back to Coach Hayes Football, the WRE Live Edition. We are already going to check it out, man. As you know, when we do the WRE Live Edition, we typically have players on here that I've either WRE, which is Watch, React, and Evaluated to, and we kind of break their films down. But because football is getting back started, it's kind of hard to get some of these guys on here. They're either still in practice or they're just leaving practice. And so we kind of call the audible when it comes to football, as you know, sometimes you have to do. And so we've actually started, it's going to be our second installment of this segment, what I call play for play. And what that simply means is we're taking the top talent, right, by position, and we're going head to head, all right? And so what we're going to do is give people a few minutes, and I'll explain a little bit more in a second, and we'll really break this thing down and see what we got going on. So we got quite a few people in the building already. The virtual building, that is, all right? So we got, I guess CFB stands for College Football. Jared, what's going on, folks? Well, what's going on, man? KA, man, longtime supporter. What's going on? Coach Hayes, what's good? What's good with you? And I guess that's Neither Soul. Peace. Well, peace to you too, man. And let me see. College Football, CFB, Jared. Excited for the show tonight. You're not the only one. I'm excited too. And guess what? It's not just me on the thing. I got a very special judge and guest, and I'm going to introduce him in a few minutes. And I think you guys are going to be excited to hear from him as well. So I'll give you a few minutes. As I always say, I guess everything does sound good. Video and audio sounds good. If you are on Facebook, do me a favor. Let's start a watch party. Please share this thing out to all your friends, family, and maybe people that you don't even know. If you're in some groups, that'll be good as well. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you share this out, share the link out to everybody as well so we can make this thing happen. Let me see here. We got Nate Gamble says, newcomer, but I like your show. Well, Nate, I really appreciate it. Guess what, man? Thank you for the support. We really growing this thing. And I do have to say right before we get started, you know, I've always said this, man, we started this thing in April. COVID-19 was the reason this thing was born, sitting at the couch bored, finding something to do, and I stumbled upon this. I'm having so much fun. So, you know, April 4th, this thing was born, and as of today, as of right now, we are at 4,137 subscribers, man. So I got to say, you guys really been showing up and showing out. All right, so I really appreciate it. Coach Everett Pruitt, go Canes. That's right, baby. If you all don't know, I am a Canes fan. I'm from Miami. I'm from the crib, so it is what it is, man. Hammond Russell, got you, Coach. I'm going to have my boys watch you. You've been watching you for a minute, man. I really appreciate that, Hammond. Thanks a lot. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into this. We got our numbers going up, and that's awesome. Today, we're looking at two of the top defensive tackles in the nation, according to 247 Sports, and that is Damon Payne, who is committed to Alabama, and we're looking at Leonard Taylor out of Miami, who is committed to Miami. So these are the number one and number two defensive tackles in the nation, and we're going to go head-to-head to see if number one is really number one, if number two is really number two. All right, and let's see if they got it right. But let me go ahead and introduce the young man I'm bringing on right now, and he's very excited and very knowledgeable, especially about this position. I'm definitely going to let him introduce himself, but I'm going to give a little bit of backstory. Okay, as I moved up here to Orlando, I had an opportunity to meet this guy. You know, we kind of kicked it off, had a great relationship, and through several conversations, guess what Coach Hayes found out, guys? Guess what I found out? When I was, we was winning the state championship, I was at Miami Norland Senior High School. So if anybody from the crib know what Miami Norland is, go on and hit that thumbs up button for me. But anyway, I'm in the Miami Norland Senior High School. We playing at Florida State University, the state championship, and we playing Orlando Edgewater. Okay, I mean, talking about they stacked. They got, you name it, they had it, man. From running back, D-line, 6'6" safety, all that kind of stuff, man. So we ended up winning that game, but in a barn burner, last second win. But come to find out, this dude was a problem because he was on that team, man. So he was one of the big forces on that team. And without further ado, I'm going to bring him on, let him introduce himself, Let him talk about all the things that he's done, he's doing, and he's going to do. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Mr. Aaron Tank Jones. Coach, what's happening, man?
What's up, man? Appreciate this, Kyle, man, for real.
No
Give
problem,
me the opportunity
man.
to help you out, evaluate this young talent. You know, that's what I love doing. You know, I played the game at a high level, and, you know, I get to come back and, you know, evaluate and look at these young men and tell them where they need to critique their game to make it better. You know,
Sure.
you know, right now, my name is Aaron Jones, everybody. I run a company called Trenchman Academy here in Central Florida. I've been able to coach some of the premier talent in the area. One of the guys being Tyler Davis. I trained Nick Campbell here, Zane Durant, Kevin Call, Peyton Kirkland, Malik Bryant. You know, just to name a few guys that you guys probably heard of in the recruiting circuit, or linemen that I've been able to coach. I don't like to say I produced them because those kids, they already got the talent. I'm just here to help critique and teach them and show them how to harness that skill and be very efficient, you know, so and make a lot of plays. So
I appreciate it, man. We'll give him a little bit of backstory. After you left Orlando Edgewater, that state game, I believe it was 1914, Miami Norland over Orlando Edgewater in Tallahassee, Florida, Florida State Doak Campbell Stadium at Bobby Bowden Field, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Tell them a little bit about your journey and what happened from there.
You know, that was my junior season. We played Miami Norland. He's been modest, man. We played against Dwayne Bowe, Kareem Brown. You know, Dwayne Bowe played at LSU. Kareem Brown played at University of Miami. You know, we had guys like Mike Sims Walker on that team, and Kenny Ingram. And you know, Kenny Ingram played at Florida State with me, and Mike Sims Walker played with UCF and went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We had a stacked team. You know, I was a force of a defensive lineman there. After that season, playing against such a powerhouse like Miami Norland like that got me ranked. Where I became the #1 defensive lineman in the state of Florida my senior year, and I was ranked number 56 in the nation in high school amongst with my class, which was probably still one of the most dominant classes ever. 2004 with Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson, Ted Ginn, Early Doucette, Chris Johnson, Calvin Johnson, you know, just to name some guys. You know, that was the class that I came out and I was ranked number 56 amongst that crew. I played in the Army All-American game, and I was able to represent Orlando and, you know, bring you know, awareness to Orlando as far as defensive line talent. I went on to play Florida State. I did 3 years at Florida State, dealt with some injuries, and due to some like coaching changes things, I decided I wanted to leave and go to EKU. I finished my last 2 years there. Got some opportunities at pro ball and, you know, chased that dream for a little bit, and then, you know, ended up hanging up the cleats and jumped into coaching in 2014. And I haven't looked back since. So I'm new to this game. I want to say I've only been doing this for 6 years. I coached high school football for 3.5 years, and the other 3.5 I just been focusing on training linemen and been able to help help coach some of the best talent in the area. And I plan on continuing to do this for the next, you know, however long God allows me to. But, you know, I'm looking at 20, 30 plus years of continue to help generate more talent and let them and get them to elevate and play at the level that I played at. You know, and I don't know if you guys see these pictures in the background. My dad played in the NFL as well, first round draft pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers at Opapa High School.
Wow, man, that's awesome, man. So Tank, and we call you Tank, man. We go, but sometimes we call you Tank Aaron. But like I said, I as a coach, I mix it up all the time. So with all that said, man, hey, we're gonna get into this thing. But I am gonna say this, guys. We have the phone lines open. Like I said, we working it every day. We evolve into something new, something different. Now I want to talk about these two young men that we're gonna look at right now. Already saying, let me see. Santoni Harris says Damon Payne will be better if not already. Watched both, in my opinion. Okay, well, I like that. You know what I mean? Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Let me see.
I just like to see how you evaluate.
Coach, can we get my film on there? Yeah, Hammond, we could talk. We can get you on. We're gonna check you out. All right. Like I said, I remember. Listen, Hammond, I remember you hit me up, man, in the DMs and everything. I got you, dog. If I'm not mistaken, leave it on the thing. And I want you to call in, too, when I jump this number on here, man. I believe you at West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken now. I think you committed to West Virginia. So you let me know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong, man. Coach, I'm only wrong once a decade. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, man, we got the phone lines. We're going to bring those on after the film. We're going to jump right into it. So let's talk about these two guys a little bit. You know, Leonard Taylor was projected to go to Florida. Actually, he's from Miami Palmetto Senior High School down in Miami. Big dude, you know, got a lot going on with him. Number one ranked here on 247 Sports, 5-star. So with all that being said, what do you think about him? What just off the cuff, what do you think if you had the opportunity to watch any of his film?
Yeah, I got a chance to watch the film. Very explosive, strong athlete, and he's elusive. So, I mean, I can see why, you know, everybody's, you know, drooling over him. You know, I can see that, you know, as a coach, I would love to bring in that type of talent and coach him and see what he can do out there on the football field. So I definitely see him being a 5-star. I like his skill set.
Got you. And now the next young man we're gonna bring him is named Damon Payne. And for guys that don't know, just watching it, just coming on now, I have WRE both of these gentlemen. All right. So after this show, please jump on, log on, subscribe, hit that button, and go check out my reactions and evaluation to both of these gentlemen. Now, Damon Payne right now is from Belleville, Michigan. He was the number one player in the state of Michigan. And for him to leave the state of Michigan when you got programs like the University of Michigan, you know, to get out of the Big Ten, I guess, to say, you know, you got Michigan State with Mel Tucker just getting there, even Penn State, you know, for him to leave out of Big Ten country and to take his talents down south to Tuscaloosa was huge. So, and he's a big guy. I mean, 6'3.5". I just call it 6'4". You know, you put some half-inch cleats on him, he'll make it. And he's 297 pounds. So he's already a big old dude at the defensive line position, or D-tackle position, as a junior in high school. See, a lot of people think, you know, well, he's technically a senior now. So as a senior now, he is a senior in high school now. So he has another year. What do you think, in your opinion, of him?
Great size. Definitely something that, you know, even at his size now, he's NFL material just at that size alone. So I understand why they deem him a 5-star. And then he's very quick off the ball. He's like an ox, like a big, strong athlete. So I can see, you know, why everybody's going crazy about him. So I'm ready to start looking at, you know, other things to critique, you know, how they use their hands and their feet and things like that. Who's better at the position per se.
Gotcha. All right, well, what we're going to do, man, without further ado, like I said, we are going to have the phone lines are going to be open. We're going to jump into this thing. We're going to make this thing happen. But like I said, we're going to let me get this screen pulled up so we can make sure we get this thing going, and we're going to make it happen. Guys, you're more than welcome. Please leave your comments in the comment section. You're more than welcome as well. Like I said, we're going to be able to call in and do all of that stuff right here. And let me pull this guy's tape up. And we're going to make this thing happen right now. So what we're doing, we have our scorecards out, okay?
Yes, sir.
We're going to go one for one and see what it's all about, man. Let me see here. Let me pop him up before I get started. He says, is this a good D-tackle frame, 6'8", 400?
That sounds like a dang old tackle.
That's a big old dude, man. I was 6'8", 400, man. That's a lot of weight. You know, people think the bigger the better, man. Yeah, I think 400 is just a little extreme, man, in my eyes, especially as fast as the game is being played now. I think that is just a little bit extreme. But let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Get your popcorn ready. Get ready. We're talking about the number one defensive tackle, Leonard Taylor, versus the number 2, Damon Payne. All right? And we're going to check these guys out right now. Let's make this thing happen, man. Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Who's going to get the first knockout? Who's going to get the first knockout?
We're going to find out. Somebody better come out punching.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's a big bang.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ready for this?
All right, here we go, baby. Round 1. Let's get it. It's Damon Payne, everybody. All right.
All right.
Let's see. Man, dude ain't even try and block him, dog. Hey, dude ain't even try and block him, man.
Scared. Off the line.
Good way to come down the line. I like it. Good way to come down the line, finish the playoff. Oh, okay. What we got? Big dog gonna score? He gonna score, Tank?
Oh, he scored.
Hey, big dog got him a tug right there. Big dog got him a tug right there. Let's go.
Awareness. I like his awareness.
Round 3, baby. Oh, they on the goal line now. Good hands.
That look familiar, Colt, right? You remember that play in state championship game? Goal line?
Yeah, that looked familiar. It looked a little familiar. It looked a little familiar.
That was a good play.
Oh, this boy done batted the ball. Come on, Coach. This dude here got more picks than the DBs, man.
Dang.
What's going on here, man?
Taylor came out swinging. I'm telling you right now.
I'm trying to tell you, my man. Hey, Damon, you on the ropes right now, bro. Good finish.
Good set. Ooh.
Come on. Hit him with the ugly swim move. Good finish.
Man.
This thing ain't. Hey, I got to stay right now.
He made the play. He came with the jab on that one.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good play right there. Hey, I got to say, Damon legs look a little wobbly right now in round 5, man.
Oh, gosh.
We're in round 6 already, dog. We halfway through this thing, man.
Come
on, y'all hit this comment section up. Let me know what's going on.
Good play.
Good play. Good finish.
He could have used that earlier in the earlier rounds.
Exactly.
I get Payne that one.
Yeah. All right, Payne, let's go. You got to come off these ropes now. Good stunt.
Oh.
That's a good lateral move right there.
That was a good slant. I still get at the Payne coming back. Payne coming back.
He got to get 5 straight in my book, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. He got to get 5 straight in the book to just to tie the thing. I mean, he balling. But my man, come on, dog. If he blocked this punt, I know he ain't gonna block the punt, dog. Come on, bro. Oh, he got him a pit. Come on, man. This dude. We're around 9. Looking a little shaky, baby.
He blocking on that play?
Yeah, he got him in offensive line blocking. Come on, dog.
Oh, no.
It looked like the U is in the building, dog. That's all I'm saying. It looked like the U is in the building, dog. Come on. Hey.
Oh, man.
It's your last shot, dog. I'm done with it.
Oh,
come on,
Lord.
Hey, hold up. We got to go to the scorecard, man. Listen, bro, straight up. Listen, I'm opening phone lines. Give me a second. Let me go and get these phone lines. It ain't even a tie, so I ain't even really worried about going to the I don't know if I'm really worried about going to the scorecard right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me check this out. I'm about to open up these phone lines. Please, I want everybody to call in, give your opinions about what you thought. You understand? Again, these are the number 1 and number 2. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give Coach a second to tally up, get his remarks together, get his comments together while I get these phone lines open and we get this thing going. Please, I want you guys to call in because I do want to hear your opinion about it. And I do want to say this, guys. I did not take the top plays. I took the very first 10 clips of each person's highlight tape because if you're building a highlight tape, right? This is especially for hopefully we got some young prospects watching. I want you to understand. I'm doing it. You gotta. It's like a trailer to a movie, bro. You gotta be able to put. For real, you gotta be able to put your best plays on here. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be able to put your best plays on here. All right. I'm finna open up these phone lines, man. Let's go on and throw this thing in here. We open on the phone line. You want to call in? All right, Coach. Talk to us. Give us a breakdown. I want to hear what you got number for number. What you got? Is it 6-4? What you got?
Man, yeah, I mean it's 8-2, man. It's 8-2 in my book. Taylor came out swinging like Mike Tyson. And you know, Payne came in and got a couple hits in the second round, but Taylor went ahead and finished him off with the last three. I give Taylor pretty much rounds 1 through 5. 6 and 7 I give to Payne. 8, 9, and 10 they go to Taylor. But you know, he put together a good film. He showed a lot of skill sets that he possesses as a defensive lineman. He's more than just a pass rusher. He's a disruptor. Like, he comes out there in the game, man. He's gonna make something happen. Like, he's the type of guy that, you know, coach, you getting excited. Like, dang, I get this kid out here. Like, hopefully, you know, he knows how to use his hands and feet properly to play technique, but he just know how to play football. Like, you can't coach that. You know, he's sick of foot, see ball, get ball. That's Taylor.
Yeah, man. Listen, you're 100% right, man. I'm gonna give mine, but we do got to call in. I'm gonna bring him in right now. All right, caller, do me a favor. Give us your name, where you're from, and talk to us, man. We want to know what you're thinking.
Hey,
I'm listening.
All right, my name Nate. I'm from Orlando. And listen, Aaron, I give you credit. You're a big dog, man, but you got to call this with fair and square. Man, you won this hands down, man. That man shouldn't even put his highlights on the tape.
I said that. I said Taylor the man.
He said, Taylor. Yeah, he said, hey, I appreciate it, man. Nate, thanks for calling in. Listen, so you a U fan? Hold on, you a U fan?
Ain't no question. You, Dolphins, and the Heat, and I'm from Orlando, so I rep that.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Listen, I'm from the crib, dog, and I'm a Miami everything. Listen, I tell people all the time, I'm a Miami Heat fan. I'm a Hurricane. I'm a Dolphin fan. Listen, when they had the soccer team, I was the Miami Soul fan, and the arena football team. Hey, listen, and the arena football team was called the Miami Hooters that played at the old Miami Arena in the heart of Overtown, baby. So guess what? It is what it is, man. Hey, Nate, I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot.
All right.
All day, man. All right, man. So listen, Nate broke it down. He said you got to call the fan score. He from Orlando. He said he shouldn't put a highlight on the tape. I can't necessarily say that. You know what I mean? I got to say he did have some. He made some great plays. You know what I mean? But these are the kind of things that do separate one from number two. You know what I mean? Nelly had a song out that said, what does it take to be number one? 2 is not a winner, and 3, nobody remembers. You understand what I'm saying? So I call it the same you call it. I got it 8-2. You know what I mean? Because, and again, just because the plays were spectacular. I mean, you got a defensive tackle out here batting the ball down, picking it off, and scoring. You got to do it out here blocking punts. You got to do it out here batting the ball down, catching the ball off the helmet. That shows agility. That shows speed. It shows awareness. I'm going to be honest. Huge. Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I did not see a lot of technique from neither one of them. I think Payne had a little more technique, to be honest. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Taylor's film was more exciting. You understand what I mean? It was more exciting. So Payne is not a bad player by no stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But I do have to say that, again, Taylor's plays were a little more exciting. And this is a results world. You know what I mean? Everybody want to see the pretty stuff and all this. I mean, look at this big old dude, man, catching interceptions off a dude helmet, my man. Come on, man.
I mean, if you're going to put down a highlight tape, I mean, Payne's only chance to, if he would have showed 10 sacks thorough, like every single time working technique moves, if he would have had a chance against Taylor's film, because Taylor showed out the gate, him making TFLs. He showed out the gate, him getting sacks. He showed out the gate, him batting down balls. And not only to bat the ball down, but then go seek the ball that he just batted. And then go take it for a touchdown. That's like, if he's in college, you already did graded sheets. Like, if he's in college, man, that joke got like that's a 20 point play.
That's right. That's right. It is, man.
You know,
So let me see here. Let me see. Nathan, what's up, man? These defensive tackles need to meet with a counselor. All right, you got to explain that a little bit more. We got the phone lines open. You're more than welcome to call in and explain that in more detail, or you can go ahead and type it out. Let me see here. The OG 7240 Club. All right, special teams or D-line play. I'm not sure what you're alluding to. Like I said, you got to go a little bit further.
Punt. He's talking about that punt, man. I mean, at the end of the day, he showed. I mean, what Taylor did on that, man. I mean, I'm just going to explain that to you. It's about defensive line play, but he's also shown he's on the front line on a different aspect of the game. You win the game three ways: offense, defense, and special teams. You know, and Taylor just showed he can help you win on defense, and he shows you he can help you win on special teams. So that shows you that he shows more variety, and that means he's more important than just one level of the game. And he also did something that DBs do. You put your DBs in that position to block punts. You don't put your D lineman in that position like, go get the ball. So that's big, man. That's big.
And I'm glad you said that, man, because you really made a very valid point that now he's a guy that you don't have to run off the field when it comes to 4th and long situations. Therefore, there's less moving parts. There's less people missing out. You can keep him in. You know what I mean? He still can be an integral part in your punt team because you still keep your D linemen on there, right? You still keep those guys on there. You know, let's say if it's 4th and 3. You know what I mean? And they may want to, you're not sure. They're in that fringe zone where they may punt it, they may fake it. You still got your integrity of your defense out there, but he does bring a different aspect to the game. Let me see. He responded. He says, I was trying to say that these defensive tackles tackle with so much aggression, they need to meet with the counselor. I'm loving it. You right about that, brother. You right about that.
It's the only way, man. It's the only way. He ain't no D lineman if he don't got that.
That's right, man. You can't be a D lineman. You understand? You can't be a D lineman. Brother Jay Blaze, what's up with you, man? It's one of my biggest supporters, man. I appreciate you. What's going on with you? Let me see here. Zuru Pride 8547. Hayes, what's going on, man? Hey, this thing is rolling. Like I say, make sure you go ahead and share this thing out to everybody. We got this thing going. I almost said Lawrence Taylor because they call him LT at the crib. I got Leonard Taylor as 8-2 over Damon Payne in this head-to-head top 10 players as a highlight. Coach Aaron Jones has him as 8-2 as well. And I want to get, again, like I said, guys, I want to hear more about what you guys think about it. And then we're going to also get into a piece of this kind of recruiting war and what Miami is doing and Alabama is doing because they've come in a little late, if you really think about it, man. So like I said, phone lines are open. Please go ahead and hit us up. That is 321-328-8235. You're more than welcome. Hit us up. Give us your opinion on what you got going on or what you think, even if you want to talk about this, or maybe you want to talk about your favorite program being the University of Miami or Alabama or whatever, man. It's open. Okay, so let me talk about a little bit in regards to the University of Miami first, about the recruiting and how it's picked up. You know, they came out the gate a little slow, I must say. And this gentleman here, Leonard Taylor, is part of the I don't know if they're the famous or the infamous, depending on how you look at it, depending on who you are, the infamous Palmetto 5. So Miami has had an opportunity to get 3 of those 5. The other 2, Jason Marshall and Corey Collier, end up going to the University of Florida, all right, and going to take their talents to the University of Florida. So Manny Diaz and his staff has done a pretty good job, I have to say, on this second wave in the recruiting process of picking up some top talent. I just did a young man named Chase Smith. I mean, this dude here is like 6'4", 190, and he killing it. He all over the field. He's offense, defense, specialty. I mean, this dude is a ball player, you know. So I've been looking at a lot of these guys. I've had a chance to watch, react, and evaluate to quite a few of them. And I must say, man, Miami looks like they're doing some good things and grabbing some good guys when it comes to it. And they are attacking the state of Florida extremely hard. Okay, attacking the state of Florida extremely hard. You have anything in regards to that, Coach?
You know, with the U, I think this goes just across the board with a lot of colleges. This is Florida, period. You know, the state of Florida has been losing so many players to, you know, all the other colleges. Like, you look at some of the best talent that come out of here, man. You know, you got kids going to Clemson. You got kids going to Georgia, South Carolina. You know, and Florida, the state of Florida, been losing players. And what I like is what these coaches are doing now is they're bringing back pride. You know, that pride to be a, you know, whatever part of the school. And with the U getting back the juice, man, I just hope and pray that these kids that are committed to the U with all this fire in them, that they do what Ray Lewis did. They do what Ed Reed did. They do what Sean Taylor did. Like they came in at even my cousin. I don't know if anybody who's U fans, Brandon Merriweather. That's my cousin. He
Hey,
he
listen, I'm gonna tell you a story about that dude. Go ahead.
So Brandon, like all those guys, man, they have pride about you, man, and to be a part of that, it was like a fraternity. And those guys, nobody would have let fraternity down, whether it was back in 1980 or if it's the current group. I think these young guys got to understand how much work, blood, sweat, and tears they got to put into this thing to come together as brotherhood. Because that's what the U is, man. It's a fraternity, man. It's an elite group of guys that go out and do something special. And I don't think it's really a me thing. It's a we thing. That's what those guys down at the U, those kids learn that, the U will be back on top.
But that's good, man. And you're right. You know what I mean? Speaking of Brandon Merriweather, so I remember I'm coaching. It had to be when he was going in as 01, 02, 03, somewhere in there, right? Early 2000s. Yeah. So back then, social media is not what it is today. Internet is definitely not what it is today. So I remember doing a camp. They had a camp at the University of Miami. So we go, coaches, we go into this camp and they put on these hype videos and stuff, and they're showing the incoming freshmen. So the highlight tape. So, they got all the guys. And so Brandon Merriweather comes on. And again, we didn't have access to a lot of high school players at that time. It wasn't Huddle wasn't out. It wasn't a 247 Sports. It wasn't all these, things going on. So, of course, I heard of Apopka and everything. So his film comes on. They just show little pieces. He hit a dude because he wasn't a very big guy, right?
Nah.
He ran up. Yeah. He came in from that safety spot. He ran up on a dude, and he hit that dude so hard, bow! And the cat was laying down sideways, and his legs were still going like he was running, and he was laying straight down on the floor, man. So that's what I'm gonna say right now. Before we get into that, I have a caller coming in right now, so we're gonna check him out and see what they got all about. Hey, thank you for calling in. Give us your name, where you're from, and let us hear your question or comment, man.
Hey, this is Jay from DC.
Jay, what's up with you?
Hey, man, I got a question for both of y'all. One of the questions is, when you scouting or recruiting a high school kid as a D tackle, what are some of the things that you look for in that kid? Is it good hands, good feet, speed, power? What are some of the things that you look for? And also, my second question is, what do you say to a D tackle, a young kid that's looking to go to college, and that he's less talented? What I mean by that is he's not really on that on the level that most scouts are looking for.
I got you. Okay. So he's an underachiever, or is he less talented? Okay.
Can you explain that to me a little more so I can understand?
He's saying that there's a guy that's a little less talented. Yeah. So I'm gonna explain. Hey man, I appreciate your call. Thank you so much for calling in, and we will definitely jump onto it. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you supporting us, man. Thanks a lot. All right. So what he's asking is, the very first part of his question is, and I'm gonna let you answer this from a technique standpoint, and then I'm gonna give my points from as coaching as well. But Coach, talk to us. What does he ask on this first part? What is it that coaches are looking for in a D tackle?
The first thing you want to find out in a D tackle is, does he have a motor? Like, does he have a motor? Does he come off that ball? Is it consistent? A motor isn't, one play you kept the ball, made a big play, and then the next 10 plays, you slouching and sloppy and, can't nobody find you. You don't want to be that guy to make 10 plays out of 80 plays. You want to find a guy that's making plays all the time. He's a D tackle. He's constantly in the mesh, making things happen. So definitely motor. The next thing is he's good with his feet. Somebody who knows how to use their feet, right? They know how to get to the ball, where to find the ball. They can run, things like that. Agility and speed is another thing you're looking for. The next thing is power. How strong is this guy? Because, not everybody at the high school level, you can evaluate some talent and say, oh, this kid has great hands, he has great feet, and he did this technique-wise. Unless somebody educated them on that, they're ignorant to it. So they're just going to go out and play football like they know how to. And guys that are making plays without knowing those skill sets, those are guys that you definitely trying to jump on. Like Taylor, where we just discussed that we didn't really see much technique, but we've seen a lot of explosiveness. He had a motor. He's constantly getting after it. I mean, those things, that's definitely something that, I mean, he's the epitome of what you're looking for in his class. So, you know, that's how I see it on that side with the linemen.
Well, good, man. And you actually named everything, but I'm going to term it just a little different.
Okay.
All coaches in all positions, you were actually saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But this is what I tell people. Every coach that walks through with a logo on their shirt are looking for these three things. The three things that they cannot coach: size, speed, and effort. And that's basically what you're talking about, because Taylor shows that he has the size, he has the speed, and he gives the effort, right? What he may be lacking in fundamentals and technique, coaches feel that they can coach that. But you can't coach a guy to get bigger. You can't coach a guy to get faster, right? In a sense, I'm talking about significant speed changes. You know what I mean? My big behind, I can go out there and do the same thing Usain Bolt doing, but I'm never going to break a world record. I just don't have it in me. You understand what I'm saying? And then the last thing is effort. If I got to sit up there and spend all my time coaching you to give your effort, I don't want you, okay? And so the second part, I'm going to answer this for you, Coach. I'm going to answer this for you. Hold on, we got a call coming in. All right, so what we doing, so what I'm saying is on the second part is when he talked about telling the coach, so the caller that called, I believe he said it was Joe. Joe, I'm going to tell you from as a coach, you got to be as honest, as fair as you have to be straight up. You understand? You can't lollygag with it. You can't do that. Everybody got those dreams, right, of playing, running out of the smoke, playing on Saturdays and this, that, and the other. But some people just don't have that ability, and that's okay. But you have to create that culture within you, and I don't know if you're a coach or not, but you have to create that culture at your high school to let them know the end game is to go to college and get it for free. You understand that? Because some people got it. Some people have to work to get it, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. You understand me? Because we all got dreams to do certain things, but you also have to let them know, you know, because like I told my QB, if you weren't 6'5", you wouldn't be at Michigan, bro. If you were 6'3", you'd be at a Division I program. But we're talking 2 inches. 2 inches make that much of a difference in a kid. You know what I mean? In the recruiting part of it. So is it unfair sometimes? Yeah, I know some dogs out there. And I see it right now. I see guys that's 5 stars because they 6'5". And I see some dudes that's 3 stars because they 5'11". But the 5'11" dude is putting it to the max, and he won't never probably go major division college football because he just doesn't have the measurables. Now, to speak to your part about from the talent standpoint, you just have to be honest with those guys straight up, bro. You understand? Look, this is where we are. I'm not saying you can't play this game, but let's be realistic. You understand? And I also tell people this. I always use this analogy, and I'm going to move on. You got to go to the prom with the girl that want to go with you. You understand? You can't go to the prom. Hey, I might like Susie and everybody else in the school like her, but she don't like me. You understand me? And so at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So I thank you for that question, man. We got a caller coming in right now. And do me a favor, man. Give us your name, where you're from, and where you're calling from.
All right, this is Wood. I'm calling from Miami.
Wood, what's going on, man? You calling from the crib? Where you from?
Yeah.
In Miami.
This KK people, man. What's up, Coach Hayes?
All day, baby. What's up, man? What's up with you, man? KK, big shout out to my dog.
Yeah, man, I just calling out. I'm supporting the effort, man. I like what you're doing, and I got a quick question.
Sure, appreciate it.
All right, my question is, so how do you think the teams that are able to play this extra season, how's that going to help their recruiting?
Okay, say it again. How our teams are going to play the extra season?
No, teams that are actually going to be allowed to play this season, like the ACC teams, the Big 12, how is that going to help their recruiting?
Maybe I'm not understanding. So you're saying the college teams that are playing,
right,
that's going to be able to help. That's going to be able to get them an advantage.
The long run. Exactly.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Man, I appreciate your call, man. Thanks a lot, man. Tell KK I say what's up, man.
I will. Peace.
All day, baby. So what he's saying is that the teams that get an opportunity to play, is it an unfair disadvantage? If I'm saying that correctly, is it an unfair disadvantage that they get an opportunity to showcase talents when teams in the Big Ten like Ohio State, Michigan, so forth and so on don't get a chance to showcase their talent? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really don't know. I think it's going to hurt some of the smaller programs, but not necessarily. I mean, Ohio State is Ohio State. You understand? Michigan is Michigan. These bigger programs, they already have their foot in the sand, for lack of a better word, man. So they already solidified their spot, I guess, when it comes to recruits and who they are. Because think about it. You got Ohio State is, I think, ranked number 1 right now, and they're not going to play this year. You know what I mean? You got these schools that's not going to play this year, and they ranked at the top, and guys are still committing to them. So does it give an advantage to some programs? I think so. Let's say, for example, like maybe the Georgia Techs, right? It may help out those programs to help show if it's a school that may have a new coach in it. Unfortunately, I know like Mel Tucker at Michigan State is this is his first year, but he won't get a chance to showcase what kind of product he's going to put on the field.
It kills him.
You know what I mean? So, but then you got a Manny Diaz, like I said, I'm a Kane fan. I got the right to call a spade a spade. He lost to FIU. So he better come back and redeem himself, because another year of having to sit on the sideline to redeem that would have been a killer. So, man, like I said, Wood, I appreciate your call, man. But yeah, man, it definitely can help some. And for those major schools, the rich get richer. They already solidified their space. Tank, you got anything to say in that?
I think that it definitely hurts these schools that don't play, like the Pac-12. Like you got Arizona State with Herman Edwards out there. That's an amazing coach. He needs another year to, he got a team up there in the rankings, and he needs another year to show, like, hey man, I'm top 5, I'm top 4. The way that I coach and what I do, and I don't think they're gonna get an opportunity to do that. So, they hit with like Tommy Hill and some of these other kids, but for everybody to catch a wave to that program, I don't know if they're gonna be able to recruit as big as they want to, based off of them not getting on the field. And Ohio State and Michigan, they're gonna be who they are. They've been like that in the past. I don't know how long they've been playing, but I just want to say 100 years of football. They've been doing what they've been doing. So they always gonna get the kids. They already have the prestige behind them, and kids to be a part of that program is a big thing. But sure. Arizona State's, teams like Arizona State and schools like that that don't get to play, or like say Nebraska, that's gonna hurt them, in their recruiting.
Because they definitely needed a lift, man, after what they've been going through. And Scott Frost left, man, and UCF and went on over there. Let me pop this question in right quick. Brother Jay Blaze says, question, do you consider 3 technique or 5 technique with Leonard Taylor or Damon Payne? That's a very good question, man.
What's Leonard Taylor's size again?
Taylor, he is, let me make sure I got this right, because I don't want to misquote. Let me get my research team, get on it. Hey man, you got to do what you got to do, man. I want to make sure I quote it correctly. He is 6'4", 255. Because according to 247. So I don't know what he's probably weight wise, maybe going up or down a little bit. Not sure.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Rest in peace, bit bro. Love, bro. He remind me of Potter a little bit. Potter was able to play 3 technique and 5 tech. Even Brock Atkins, but Brock a little taller. But Leonard Taylor seems like he's like those kind of guys, like these tweener D linemen that can go in either way, and whatever University of Miami needs him to play at, he can rotate with that. He's just one of those guys that's never gonna come off the field. He looked like if he comes in with the proper techniques and the skill set to play at the college level as a freshman. Payne, he looked like a pure interior guy. He looked like a 3 tech nose guard, possibly. He could end up being like the Payne that plays for the Washington Redskins right now that came out of Alabama. Just be one of those guys that they beef up over the years, and they get him bigger and stronger, keep teaching him technique, and then he just ends up one of those years that he dominates.
And I agree with you 1,000%. But I'm going to say this, man. If you really look at the game and how it's changed, right? The 3 technique is the new defensive end.
True.
And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. And if Taylor's smart, right? I've always said this, especially high school. I get these guys. Everybody want to play tight end. Why? Because it's sexy. You get the score, right? And I get that. What I mean? Everybody want their name called. I get it. But if you ever look at the NFL, right? Who's getting $100 million contracts? Quarterbacks and defensive ends. And now, because Aaron Donald is what? 3 techniques. So, and here's the deal about
JJ Watt. JJ Watt a 3 tech. Well, a 4, but still technically a 3.
Correct. But because of the system. But here's the deal how they labeled them, right? Because they label them a DN, right? They don't label them a tackle. And so here's the thing, though, what people don't understand. The reason Aaron Donald is so much more productive, and because he has the skill set of a defensive end, but he has the body style of a D tackle. And what people don't get is, as a 3 technique, you're still getting that one-on-one battle, right?
You're on the island.
Wait a minute, not only the island, with lesser talent at a guard, right? Athletically, I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you have a 2-way go. You got the A and B gap you can take without having to worry about losing contain. Right? It says the old school is, but defensive end get caught running inside. You got these Cam Newtons now, the Lamar Jacksons, they get outside their pocket. Now you put more stress on the back end. So me personally, I know we kind of winded on this question, but I would, if I'm coming up now, I got that skill set, I'm a 3 technique, because now I have my skill set can be used in so many different ways against lesser talent. And I got the 2-way go. I got the A and B gap movements. I can go inside. I can go outside. I don't typically, only way defensive ends typically go inside is if there's some type of stunt where now the 3 technique wraps around, or maybe there's a blitzing linebacker outside and that kind of thing, but it takes 2 to tango for him to kind of get that inside movement, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go and pop on to this next question. Like I say, phone lines are open. You're more than welcome. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, make sure you go in and share this thing out to everybody. I'm trying to see, I had some good questions on here, and hopefully that answered it. And Damon Payne, like I said, I think he is a true interior lineman. Could be a very good nose tackle. He is 6'3", so he's got a stout. And he looks like he has a big lower body, so he can handle those double teams through those guys. Here we go. Brother J. Blaze says, another question. When recruiting DTs, name 3 key elements that you look for as a recruiter scout: good hands or feet, power, etc. Yes, you're 100% right. We talked about that already with everything. KA. And KA, I didn't forget about you, man. I'm going to get to you. I did get your DM, man. I appreciate you. Question for Aaron. With your father playing in the NFL, did he coach/teach you the game, or did he stay hands off and let your coaches teach you the fundamentals? Thank you.
And that's a great question, man. That my dad, the beautiful thing about him was he coached me as needed. He was the type of person where, my family big on proverbs and things like that. So my dad was like one of those guys that if you seek wisdom or don't leave no stone unturned, you'll come find what you're looking for. So my dad was standoffish. I guess you could say. We used to have talks after every football game. I sit in the car and we would critique my game right in there. He's like, hey, listen, he's already giving me the constructive criticism. I could have just left that game and had 3 sacks and 5 PFLs, and he would be like, you did this, you did that. I saw you at the gap a couple times. So he would just give me like the tidbits of the game and just kind of constructively. He would teach me, educate me on what I'm doing. But he didn't like try to like tell me how I needed to play in that scheme of defense or how I was supposed to do certain things. He let my coaches coach me. But then to that benefit, my high school coach coached him in high school, and
Gotcha.
Dad trusted him with me. So, that was a benefit that I had. I definitely had an advantage over everybody else in high school.
Got you. Now, let me get to this part because we had some callers call in some questions. So we talked about the University of Miami recruiting process, how they've kind of come along. And I have to say this, Alabama has done the same thing. because Ohio State was hot at one time. Clemson was doing their thing for a lot of the kind of stuff. I don't know. Clemson, to me, in my opinion, doing this stuff is not as strong in the recruiting game this year as they have been in the past. But Alabama has picked up, man. They Nick Saban has always had his footprint in South Florida, way back from Michigan State when he came down and he got a running back by the name of oh my God, I'm looking at him right now, number 33, Lord have mercy, Cedric Irvin. So he came down and got Cedric Irvin out of Miami High School. Cedric Irvin's doing big things now. He got a safety from us, Robert Flagg, that went on and played up at Michigan State, had quite a few players from Deerfield Beach area in Florida. Then he goes on to LSU. As you mentioned, he got an offensive tackle from us, Terrell McGill, that played as a true freshman in the SEC at LSU, and Dwayne Bowe. Those guys, Ali Highsmith from Central High School.
Oh, yeah, Highsmith, yep.
Yeah, Ali Highsmith from Central. So Nick Saban knows South Florida extremely well. And so now Ricky Jean Francois, that's right, played at Carroll City. I mean, so he's got quite a few guys that he's always got. Trust me, it's many more, just haven't named them all. But now he's got the receiver, Ja'Cory Brooks, that was at Booker T. Washington, who just transferred over to IMG, going over to Alabama. So, like I said, he's got his footprint in there, and that's one of those tall guys. And I've always said this: how am I gonna forget these guys, man? How about the Amari Cooper? How about what's my man just left there, Jared Judy, from Deerfield.
Jones.
Yeah, but he's from Alabama.
Yeah, he's from Alabama.
Julio from Alabama. But I'm just saying, those kind of guys, he went and got those big body kind of receivers, and he's following that blueprint. And I said this earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, not South Florida, but Ha Clinton Dix out of Orlando.
Yeah, but in Florida, period. Yeah, Ha Clinton Dix from was Dr. Phillips, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, from out of Dr. Phillips High School. So I think that he's kind of getting back to his blueprint. I think he kind of went away from it a little bit because, as we all know, Nick Saban was always known for a good running game. He's a defensive-minded coach, just like me, right? Good offense, ball control offense, good defense, right? So his thing is get a quarterback that won't lose the game for you, right? Because until you got Tua and hurt, Alabama wasn't really known for their quarterbacks, right? In a sense, they had good quarterbacks, very good quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't known for them as the standout player. Just like Miami, when you had Ken Dorsey, look at all the talent Miami had around Ken Dorsey. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, he's getting back to like, okay, let me go ahead and get these tall, explosive receivers that can bust the game open at any moment. You understand? What's your boy going there now? Come on, man, Chris Leary. Chris Leary, another speedster here out of Orlando. I coached him in ninth grade. He went over to Orlando Edgewater. I said that because of the state game. Not trying to say anything about Orlando Edgewater now, but I said it because of the state game. But no, Orlando Edgewater, man, Coach Cameron Duke has done a good job turning that program around. And so, they win the state championship last year. They end up losing it, but like I said, to get them there in a very short period of time is amazing. And so, he's stocking up the stables again, man. So I think Alabama is doing an excellent job recruiting. You can never count them out, and they're coming in late. Anything else, man, Coach? Like I said, we ain't gonna stay too long, man. We 55 minutes in, man. So we doing a good job.
We had a good session. We had a session today, man.
Good session, man. I really appreciate everybody that's come by and watched, everybody that's checked this out. Like I said, do me a favor. If I name something, go ahead and hit me up, man. So if you're from Carroll City, you're from Liberty City, you're from Opelika, you're from Hialeah, Seminole, up in this thing. Y'all know about Seminole, man. If you from North Miami Beach, little Haiti up in this thing. If you from Overtown, if you from let me see, Perrine, Goulds, Homestead, Exit 1, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, man, for your boy. Hit that subscribe button, man. Make this thing grow because we really want to grow this channel. We doing big things out here, man. And I'm just talking Chad because I'm from the crib. I like to do it, man. Have fun with it. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and probably get on up out of here. I'm going to give you an opportunity here, Coach, to give you a shameless plug. If you have any, if you'd like to go ahead and give out your shameless plug, I'm going to go ahead and shut the phone lines down. I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds to call in if you want to call in with any opinions or anything like that before we go ahead and shut these phone lines down and go ahead and close this show on out?
Anything? I just appreciate you bringing me on the show today, man. I enjoyed watching the video. The breakdown and play for play with these guys between Payne and Taylor. Taylor definitely took home the knockout tonight. Strong player, amazing player. He actually showed me something. Just even, it's different when you watch their highlights, and then when you compare highlight with somebody, you start to realize how talented they really are. Again, my name is Aaron Jones. I got a company called Treasury Academy. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. You guys can check me out. If you want to follow and see any of the things that I'm doing. I have techniques that I do with my D linemen. You'll see some of the D linemen that I'm working with that are already nationally recruited. And that's pretty much it, man. That's where I'm at.
All right. So yeah, definitely, man. You can check him out on Twitter at TrenchmanAC. All right. And as well as you can hit him up on Instagram, follow him on Instagram on Trenchman Academy, man. So, man, like I said, I appreciate it. And you're extremely right. We're going to do more of these head for head, these play for plays, because like I said, it is harder to get these guys now. It is the season. A lot of people, some teams are playing high school football now. Some people have been pushed back to the spring. I know here in Florida, we're going to play in about 2 weeks on the 18th of September, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So things are jumping back up. So like I said, we're going to get in here and we're going to break some of these guys down and find out who truly is number one. I also did, I want to say 2 weeks ago, the top pro style quarterback, and that was between JJ McCarthy, who's committed to Michigan, and Sam Hewitt, who is committed to Washington. Okay, so we had a good time with that as well. So, man, I really appreciate you coming on here, man, and giving us a little bit of time, and everybody else who checked this out. Let me see if I got any last comments that may come up. Let me see here. D Tiggs, what's up, baby? This is my dog right here. Let's go. Good show, Coach. Keep them coming. Definitely will, man. Can't stop, won't stop. You understand? All right. Let me see. Bradley Kane, that's why I like Emmett at receiver. I feel like we need a bigger body. Okay. All right. And let me see here. We definitely we're gonna talk more about UM and everything else like that. So let me go ahead and jump into my part, man. If you would like to follow Coach Hayes on Twitter, that is Coach Hayes FB. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. All right, so you can get some of the latest stuff that goes out, as well as on Facebook and Instagram. It is Coach Hayes Football on both of those. And we got some good stuff coming out here soon. Coach, when we get to 4,500 subscribers, we dropping our podcast. All right. So we dropping all our podcasts at 4,500 subscribers, all platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, you name it, podcast, radio, all that kind of stuff. We doing a bit, like I said, you can't stop, won't stop, DTX, if you know what I'm saying, man.
Yes,
we definitely gonna make it happen, and we're gonna grow this thing out real huge, man. So other than that, man, I don't really have anything else for all my Kane fans out there, Hey, I'm gonna tell you how crazy I am one time.
I hit y'all that one time.
Now listen, we're gonna have a talk about them nose, because I broke on Thursdays. I do Coach Hayes Football Live, where we do different things, and I've already done UM, so you can check that out. I just did Florida. I want to say last week or the week before, and Florida State coming up. Now I know we had some talks about that, but Florida State breakdown is coming up, and we're gonna definitely talk about Florida State and break those programs down and get into the from the past, present, and future of Florida State. The good, bad, and the ugly about those programs, man, and everything else. So I'm not going to belabor this point, man. We just hit the hour mark. I'm cool with it. Coach, you got any last words or any remarks before we go ahead and hit this end button?
Nah, man. Much love. Peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Follow us both on those platforms. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you are aware of all the latest content that comes out on this channel. And we're going to holler at you.